Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and we might actually be streaming here. I don't know. Oh, no, okay. Well, here, take a look at this. Have a look at these things right here. These are really beautiful logic boards from a Macintosh IIci, or I guess from 4 Macintosh IIcis, whatever. You get the point. Um, Lots of engineering, lots of traces, lots of bad. We'll take a look at these in exquisite detail coming soon. So let's see if I can figure it out. This one and this one were donated by Bakkus, and this one were purchased on eBay. In addition to the logic boards, Bakkus also donated a case. This case didn't look like that last week when we unboxed this. Let's set these right here. Let's remember what this case looked like last week. That one? Yeah, that's what that case looked like last week. So that's my little color reference for my LC475. So if you want the color reference here, let's grab the 475. So that you can see what we're looking at. Back to here. So there's our 475 for color reference. You can see my 475 is a little more yellow than this thing right now. Let's go back to that. Boop. And back to that. Okay. So that cleaned up real nice. Did a little retro brighting on that. That is looking good. Oh God. Oh, I just dropped something. All right. Well, whatever. Okay. So let me say hi to folks in the chat while you're checking out all this stuff, and keep an eye. That's our ultimate goal here. Is what we're wanting to do with these two CIs. We got Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. We got Hardware Hacker. We got All Things DG. We got Bakkus himself. Who else is here? Mr. Tech Gadget, hello. Chris Angelis, hello. Fred Swat-Reval, hello. Trina's Technobabble, hello. Asmodeus is here. Eric's Edge is here. Gutbomb is here. I803866SX is here. And I said his name properly this time. Yay! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. So, yeah, this case is all cleaned up, retro brighted, and it's just begging for a logic board. Maybe we can get one of these 4 working. So we're gonna try today. But I think there's a chance we're gonna get 2 of them working. We'll see. We'll see. So as with all old Macintoshes, I guess old computers in general, the batteries. These 2 boards, well, actually 3 of the boards don't have battery holders. One of the boards that Bakkus sent me had absolutely no battery leakage. Look at how clean that is. This area right here is constantly under attack. But you can see that the battery holder is perfect. We'll set that one aside because we're going to work on that one second. Hey, it's Jack68K, hello. So you can see here, this is what happens when they leak. They start taking out the board, they start taking out the real-time clock. We can lose diodes. See, there's 2 diodes missing. Boop, boop, they're gone. Oh, yeah, this board too. Yeah, and this one had some pretty bad damage. This one could see some issues because the BIOS chips are here. And so one of the things we got to look out for is whether these traces are still good, whether it actually went into the chip. That would be really bad. The nice thing about the 2CI is at least you could add a ROM sim to it. But this one, yeah, we got some stuff. We lost our diodes. I think most of the solder going into the real-time chip is like gone. So that one's going to have to be reflowed. And the CPU is actually crusty. So all of these boards have been through the ultrasonic cleaner with citric acid. That's my go-to at this point. So this is the other big area where we get a bunch of caps right here and they leak, and this is like the startup circuit area, and all of these chips can get screwed up and the traces are real bad. So we'll get started with this one. This one I've actually started doing some work on. You can see these caps are back on, but you can see we're missing caps and chips over here because there's still more work that needs to be done there. This one also, there needed to be some work around the real-time clock. So let's hop under the microscope and let me show you some of the stuff that needed to happen with this board. And let's start working on these guys. No, not citric acid. Citric acid. Not with an X, with a C. Same stuff that's in orange juice. Yes, just dump your orange juice into your ultrasonic bath and clean everything. Okay, so here we go. We got sound chips here. One of the things that needed to happen on this board is there was a little break in the trace right here. I just covered that up with a solder blob. This trace was too far gone, so I actually had to run a trace repair there. If we look down, oh yeah, down here, I'm actually worried that this chip might be toast because the corrosion came all the way up there. This cap leaks and does it. This side looked like brand new. This side had a lot of issues, but the traces were all fine, but the legs on this thing were really weak. I think this chip is only needed for the ADBs, or the new bus slots. So as long as it's not shorted, we probably don't need that chip to power this thing on. But you can see there's like bare copper still right here. Let's see. Over here. Down here. This diode went away during the ultrasonic bath. Luckily this one stayed, and so theoretically we don't really need this one. I think I replaced this with one that should work. Basically this is to make sure that the battery doesn't get charged when you plug it in. This had a really scarfy trace via there. I ran something through there to try to repair it, and oh yeah, there was a bad via here that needed to be repaired. And then if we go back here, this via and trace was a little scarfy, so there's actually a bodge wire down inside there. Where else? I feel like there was, oh yeah, this thing right here. This was a bad via, and I just put a capacitor leg through that. But I think there's still another broken trace here that we need to fix. And is that it? That might be it. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So all of these right here, these tiny little traces, you got 3 caps attacking them from this side. You got a cap here attacking it from that side. Oh yeah, this trace right here, this via was gone. So I had to run a bodge up through there, and that goes to that pin. Yep. This pin, or this chip I had taken off, but I put that back on. All of those traces are good underneath there. So let's see, let's get these guys. Let's see, why are we so crooked? Whatever, close enough. Let's remind me what needs to happen here. Got so many boards with so many traces, as Hardware Hacker says, unhappy little traces. Jack68K says the traces around the salad and chip area always break. Yeah, it's not a good place. So this goes through the via. That's fine. That's fine. That's not fine. Okay, so we're gonna have to run something from here over to there. I think what we're gonna do is put that that on. I guess we should check all of these while we're at it. That one's fine. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy. It goes up there, goes to there, goes through here, there. This one comes over here. There, that's fine. That's fine. I think I have an animal scratching itself in my wall. What the heck is going on here? Okay. And yeah, so then let's check this one. That's good. That's all good. That goes to there. That's good. And if this one comes all the way down here, then we're good. Okay. That's good. Yeah, check that one, check that one, check that one, check that. That one's not connected. That goes to all those things and then goes up there. This one's not connected. Okay, so I think all we got left. Oh, the other thing to keep your eye on is if you're beeping these things out, sometimes you get fooled because the 5-volt line can have low resistance on it, like 30 ohms or so, and that can cause your beeper to beep even if it is fine. Like if there is a break, you'll still get a beep because the resistance is low enough for the beeper to beep. So just check your resistance sometimes too. Okay, so let's just remember we gotta fix these traces right here. Who else came in here? Jive Master 2005. Hello, welcome to the channel. Rudy's Retro Intel is here. What is the gross black thing? Do you mean this gross black thing? This is where some of the PCB actually got eaten away. You can actually see the fiberglass there. That's been kind of exposed from corrosion. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is, these two chips are both HC132 chips. And when I put on chips like this, when we have a nice big solder pad, come on, face, there we go. Let's, oh my God. This is why I did some of it off camera, because sometimes I lose my, or well, always, when I use my microscope when I'm streaming, I lose an eyepiece, so I'm only seeing in 2 dimensions right now. So if we have a nice big happy pad, put a little solder on that pad first, especially like, you know, if you're a pro, you can do this kind of soldering with the hot air. I'm a little shaky these days, and so I don't do like I don't do that as often. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, these all face this way, so we got this nice big pad. We're gonna use that to sort of anchor the chip. Make sure that everything's nice. Gotta be careful though, like if you notice this has a trace running between the legs, so you gotta be real careful when you solder those kinds of things. Come here. Nope, don't like that. So part of the reason we can't do all of them is because I know I need chips for some of these boards. And USPS has again lost stuff for me. This summer has been the worst that I've ever experienced having them send stuff in the wrong place. Oh my God, come on, John. Hopefully I'll get in the flow here in a second. There we go. All right, once you get one on, then the rest become pretty easy. Okay. Trina says that the XT memory has been shipped. That's cool. If people didn't know, I hopped on a stream with Trina this week. We tried to work on her XT clone board. We didn't get very far. Turned out that it was missing all of the memory pretty much. Come on, John. So, at least there was enough memory on there to let us know, like, one of the issues we're going to run into with that board is knowing what the jumper settings are. And so, with XTs, you're always setting your memory capacity with jumpers, and with that one, is no difference. Well, usually. My IBM or Commodore PC-20 that I worked on this week, it just knows how much memory you put in it. Speaking of which, the Commodore PC-20, it's all back and working. I released a short about it this week. And of course this thing goes, as soon as I hit stop and put my camera down, magic smoke came out of it. Turned out the resistors near the memory, near some of the memory and near some of the logic, decided to die, which is really weird because they're not, like, if it was tantalum, you'd be like, yeah, that totally makes sense. But these were not tantalum caps. These were multi-layer ceramics. Yeah, that's a little too far. We might be able to just bridge that one. Let's do it the right way. Let's run a little trace on there. Let's do a little trace. Okay, where did I put my Ethernet cable? Oh. That sounded like a very fast car, and now I hear police. So that's fun. That's fun. What is going on today? We got animals attacking. We got people going nuts out in the street. Okay. Did you buy a roll of 1,000 of them, Jack 68K? All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a little loop. Sorry, I'm doing that by eye. I'm trying to remember what other board is it, the 2CX that also uses HC132s. I couldn't remember. I was looking around. It's not the 2SI. Come on, buddy. You want to go to your home. Okay, there we go. Now that's sort of aligned and it's stuck. We're going to make it look pretty, or as pretty as I can make it look with one eye. Does the 2CX also use the HC132 in the startup circuit? I know there's another Mac that does because I've run into it before. I think it's the 2CX. I don't think it's the 2VX. I think the 2VX switched to the egret kind of system. You'll notice this board does not have an egret chip, right? So the egrets are these specialized little chips that kind of like do real-time clock function and like a CMOS kind of thing and do some clock generation. They decide the reset and they are proprietary and they die. But this board does not have those. I think the real-time clock might still be proprietary. I don't remember. Oh yeah, flux would have helped all of this, right? I forgot to flux this. I cleaned it before the stream to kind of make it clear what was happening here. I should have refluxed everything. There we go. All right. Let's see. Is this all good now? So these two should be connected. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Let's throw these 4 caps on here. Yes, that would be the wheel of egrets. Let's see, what do we need? Oh yeah, we need caps. What do we need here? So if we go, we gotta check, of course, our resource. So recapamac.com.au, Bruce Rain's website. So we need 2 10 microfarad 16s and 2 47 16s. Okay. We can do that. All right, let's get our 2 47 16s. Bloop. And there, 10 16s. Okay. Cool. So we're definitely gonna power one of these up today, at least. Definitely gonna power one of these up. And we may as well do this, do that. Come on, get straight. There we go. Okay. Gotta be straight. Why do they need to be straight? Better know in the chat why they need to be straight. I think Trina knows. Gutbomb knows. If the onboard ROM chip area is battery bomb damaged, can it be bypassed with a ROM sim? Yes. You do need to make sure that there's nothing shorting out in that area. Because if there's some manner of short over there, then, you know, that'll prevent everything from booting. But yeah, if you're sure that there's no shorts, then You should be able to just replace it with a ROM sim. That's a really good point, GovBomb. So you can also just use the ROM sim to bypass the memory check at startup. So my 2CI that I use as one of my main systems here at in my workshop has 64 megs of RAM in it, and it takes forever for just the screen to turn on. And so if you're stupid, like, there's no reason to have 64 megs of RAM in a 2CI. But I happened to come across them. And I was like, well, let's try this. And that's how it's lived ever since. Hey, Watsack, hello. Oh, Jack 68K had troubleshoot which of the ROM chips was bad. Ugh, that sounds painful. Okay. These should all be good to go. It's kind of messy. I forgot to grab cotton swabs before the stream. I apologize. Oh, sorry. Boop. All right, let's power this guy up. It's also interesting to notice here. Plastic, metal clip, white, black, metal clip, white. Like, there's all manner of variations. This 2CX might have 128 megs. There you go. Living large, living large. All right, let's toss some RAM in this thing. I'm gonna start with good RAM, or known good RAM. There was some RAM in the boards that Bakkus sent me. They were very corroded. I cleaned them up. They went in the ultrasonic bath too, but we'll see. Haven't tested them yet. All right, this isn't the right speaker, but it's a speaker. All right, so what do people think? What do people think? Chime or no chime? Oh, the other thing to check before you go freaking out about these things is to just make sure that your power switch works. I have seen power switches on boards like this that are bad. If we look at, there's 6 pins here. It's these last 2 that we want to make sure connect. So we're in beep mode. I need one more hand. Okay. All right, so our switch is good. That's useful. That is useful. let's plug in a monitor because we're just gonna pretend like this is gonna boot up. And we're gonna plug in a keyboard. All right, so I think this is out of a 2VX, but you know, the power supplies for all these things are all the same. If you have a Power Max 7100, whatever, should be good to go. All right. Trina says 50-50. Dave says 60-40. I hope that's in my favor, 60-40, Dave. Oh shoot, I forgot to check. Did you ever get that package of keyboards? Okay. Oh, gotta find some VGA. Come here, VGA. Okay, we're gonna apply power 3, 2, 1. Okay, nothing yet. That's a good sign. 3, 2, 1 for the power switch. We got power on. Main screen turn on. We got gray screen. That's not super great. That normally means that we might have a ROM issue. The power LED is on. Let's see, where did I put my ROM sims? Let's try ROM sim. Okay. Well, getting the startup circuit to do a thing, that's huge in my book. That's half winning right there. If we can get these things to power on by power switch or by keyboard, that's cool. All right, let's, I'm gonna use one of Kay Koba's ROM sims. Take that off. Three, two, one with the keyboard. Ah, okay. We're still getting gray screen. That's interesting. Cool. Well, this will be a fun problem. Will it shut off? Yeah, it shuts off properly. Well, that's good. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. All right, well, so next steps would be to check all of our clocks. The reason that's not fun is because this computer, like others of the era, like the 2SI and similar, is that it has like 100 different crystal oscillators, and yeah, there's clocks all over this mofo. How's that one, Trina? Let's leave you on there. You need to see that logo right there. So, crystal oscillator. This one's ugly. Let's try it. Let's just check this one real quick. All right. Let's try one. We'll just do one quick, because as Jack68K says, probing around on these things, trying to find the cause of a gray screen It's a time sink, and I don't know. It stresses me out. Takes forever. Let's see real quick. Let me see if I can get the oscilloscope showing up for y'all. Oh yay, there it is. Okay. Let's try this again. What we're gonna do, we're gonna keep that connected just for poops and giggles, in case the video decides, hey, I'm gonna start working. Let's leave you plugged in. Totally stable. That is gonna be fine. Okay. All right, let's see here. Where is that oscillator? And of course I forget which pin is which on oscillators, but it's only one of 4, so it shouldn't be that bad to figure out. Okay. None of them have any signal. So that one, this is a totally different area of the board. Let's see what that is. Which one is this? Where's my button? There's my button. So that's a 30 megahertz signal. There's a 60 megahertz signal. And there's a 32 megahertz signal. And if we go to this part of the board, we got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. And we almost had a thing. Well, all right. So, let's, should we take this oscillator off and see if that's our problem? Let's try it. Trina says yes. So if Trina wants it, that's what we're doing, folks. Okay. Yeah, check the traces going to the oscillator. Well, it looked like we were getting 5 volts on the back, right? So, or like I was measuring the right off of the oscillator. So, like the back should have had, if we're getting something coming out of here. The other thing is, the oscillator on this board is crusty as a moose. So let's see if that's the problem. The frequency is rust. Ooh, we zoomed in a lot. Where are we? Oh, this is another part of this board that scared me. Look at this that went all the way around the back of it. I don't like that. Okay. So what we're gonna do, where did that one go? Nearer over here. There. Gonna use some big solder. what's the oscillator frequency? Yeah, this one you can't tell here, but oh, the second one that Bakkus sent me, that one rotted away, so that one we can't consult. This one, no, can't consult that one. Where's the good one? Here we go. So that's supposed to be a 50 megahertz. That's the other board that Bakkus sent me that is in good shape. So we're gonna do this low tech way. Just gonna apply some solder, give it some heat. I'm gonna walk this off. Yeah, there's a good chance that crystal was toast. One of the legs just dissociated from it. Or I guess two of them kind of did. Maybe that was our problem. Man, would that be awesome if that was our whole problem? All right, we're gonna have to go under the microscope now for that. Yeah, as Jack68K is saying, super, now you have legs stuck in the vias. It's okay. It's okay. We've dealt with similar issues. Let's see, here and here and here. I don't know which one of these. This one is probably not for the processor, so it's not probably gonna double anything. It's probably for that big honkin' proprietary chip next to it. Oh, where's my other tweezers? Every chip on this board basically has its own oscillator. Well, that guy decided to want to go out the other side. That's all good. All right. Let's see if we can grab it from the other side. I need a microscope that just like goes to where I needed it to go. Someone invent that. Man, you feisty. That guy don't want to come out. I have to use the big guns. There we go. That got it. I cleaned out the solder pult this week. And then I used it a lot. So we'll see how it behaves. Not well. Here I go. I swear by the solder pult. And there are times where it lets me down. Let's give these. A little more fresh solder. since we had some crusts. Yeah, hopefully we have a 50 megahertz oscillator around here somewhere. Ah, come on, you jerk. Why are these holes not being nice to me today? Don't they know that we have a repairathon to do? Let's go from the back. Check 68K with the Clippy reference. Oh, that's great. There we go. We got 3 of them out now. Which one do you think the signal comes out of? Probably that one. Probably that one. All right, we're going to leave that like that. If we have one full of solder, we can deal with that pretty easily. Okay, let's see if we can find a 50 megahertz crystal. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, 1 second. Let's zoom out a skosh. There's some crystals. I think that means 50 megahertz. Let's toss it in there. Overclock? Go with 60? No. Supposedly these boards do not like having their clocks futz with. Definitely not an 80. And yes, at this point I probably should have memorized what the pinout of a DIP 14 crystal oscillator is, but I have not. So, sorry folks. I should know which one is 5 volts, which one is ground, and which one is clock. But I don't. All right. So you can see the orientation. Ooh. I think this goes this way. But let's check the other board just to be safe. It's the exact opposite of what I thought it was. So the rounded off corner on the silk screen is the pointy corner on the oscillator. Gupam, what kind of NASCAR are you playing? It is, Bakkus, it's a good idea to actually use a socket, but we're not gonna. The issue with sockets is they just don't make great contact with these things. And it can lead to a lot of issues. That via is angry, bro. There it goes. Okay. I was wondering if you were gonna play it on your, shoot, what's the thing? Your Sun? Is that gonna be your next video? Playing NASCAR on your Sun workstation? Gonna leave this up just a little bit. There's a lot of gross under the board over here. Whatever. Okay. They're all on. Let's try this again. Let's see if that does a thing. We'll leave this sideways in case we need to poke at it again. All right. Now what do we think our probabilities are? 1% more than last time, whatever that was. Oh, let's plug in a speaker just in case. Come on. This, we're doing highly technical work here. This cannot fail. This is guaranteed to be successful. All right, Dave's up to 6535. All right, we got a keyboard plugged in. We gotta get VGA plugged in. Power on, and power switch on the back. 3, 2, 1. Chime! We got our 50% gray. We got a mouse. Holy crap. Sweet. Let's shut it off. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. That was fun. Yes. All right. Okay, let's plug a blue SCSI in this guy and see if it'll boot. I brought one over here. Where did I put it? There we go. Oh, right, I forgot about this. Okay, that kind of works. Okay, should we give it a mouse too? I think I have a mouse here. Yeah, got a mouse. 4 megs should be plenty for this this OS. All right, 3, 2, 1. Chime again. Look at that, we got it to chime twice. Mouse do a thing? Mouse does a thing. Let's switch up this. Yeah. It's booting, folks. Wow. All right, so there you go. Bad oscillator. It's very bad. Very bad. So I think let's let this do some snooper while we work on the next board. That sounds like fun, right? Totally sounds like fun, John. Oh, should we give it some color and then restart it? Oh, we don't even need to restart it. Look at that. We're a Mac, folks. We got color. We just have color. Got a little bit of artifacting. Yes, I did prefix a lot of the broken traces. We did fix one broken trace here on stream. Come on, let's do the thing. Let's shut that off and go to view log and start cycle. It sees it as a 2CI, seeing our RAM. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, it's so good to fix the thing once in a while. That stupid Commodore that we worked on, that thing was sucking out my soul. All right, let's, oh, while I'm thinking of that, look at this under the microscope. Yeah, 1 2CI down, 3 to go. Where are we at here? So this is one of the capacitors that was in the Commodore. Oop. There's actually been some debate in the short that I put out. People were saying that this is a tantalum. This is not a tantalum. This is a MLCC cap. And it's dead. And actually 5 of the 6 that I pulled out of this area were dead. I think what happened is that the battery juice got all up in there. There were like 5 or 6 other chips in this area that were also dead. So I think the battery juice just took out all the chips in that area of the board. So yeah, they definitely are not tantalums, those caps. Hey Callan, how's it going? All right, so I already decapped this one. I cleaned up the residual. This has been through the ultrasonic. There was some weird stuff around here, so I think what we're gonna do is rip these, again, the HC132s in the startup circuit area off, and the 74. And let's see. I need to rearrange a little bit. Let's just check out underneath these chips real quick to see if they're okay. We're going to go 350 degrees and blast it. So that board that we got working is one of the 2 that I bought off of eBay. This one is one of the 2 that Bakkus sent me. You'll see that there's already flux on here. I don't necessarily use flux for desoldering, but if there's like crusty corrosion stuff around, sometimes I'll just toss some flux on a board and just let it sit for a while. Flux is can be kind of corrosive, and I like it to kind of like dissolve some of the crust before we get started working on things. And you can see how this like foams up. You get like foam. That means that it's reacting with something. I always take off chips in this area and the sound chips because of the prevalence of problems. Yeah, exactly. It does not hurt to take these chips off and see what's hiding underneath. We got a lot of light reflecting right now, but you can see we got a lot of stuff going on. What's up, Joe? You missed the first bit of excitement. So the first 2CI board that we looked at, it needed a bunch of trace repairs. Did all those. Finished the recap. Put these chips back on, and we got gray screen, but we did not get chime. And so then we took off a really nasty crystal oscillator, replaced it with a new one, and it's currently cranking behind me. So one of the four is working. So very excited about that. Love a 2CI. So many potential issues. Happy to save one. Gonna have to clean this all up. This is dirty, nasty stuff. So much winning, yes. Joe is working on a very secret project that will probably get him $1 million. I hope it does. I know it's going to be on my list to buy once it's released. I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. All right. So that's fun to look at like this. Let's finish taking that off. This looks way cleaner than mine did. Or than the eBay one did. So that's good. Let's clean this up. I think I have one Q-tip left out here. My supplies are dwindling. I'm running low on flux. I'm running low on 0.4 millimeter solder. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Gonna have to start begging. Oh, these traces look great, actually. This looks way good. But we'll just double check to make sure. Oh yeah, there was a spot over here too that I wanted to look at. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. All right, let's beep this John out. Anyone from Philly? That's Jawn, not John. All right, what do we got here? We got, sorry that this is not ideal for your viewing. Oh, that kind of works. But now I can't see it. There to there. Where did that one go? There to there? No. I think what I gotta do is get rid of the thing. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever tried the stuff that Bruce recommends. I always get the chip quick stuff. And I like, it works for me, and I'm not good at stuff, and so if something works, it's generally what I'm gonna stick with. Looks like this guy comes up around here. Oh, this one goes all the way over there. Comes around. Wow, you go all the way over there? Okay. That one goes there. This one comes over here, and then it goes over to there. That's good. You go to there, and then you come around here, and then you go to there. That's good. This one goes to there, and then it goes to there. We did that one. We didn't do that side of it. That one comes around, goes to there. Comes around, goes to there. Goes to that. This one just goes to there. Stereoflux. I don't know that stuff. I'm just gonna go along this whole edge just because it's a way for me to remind myself of what we already looked at. Good. We did that one. Come back over here. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Where did you go? You come around. There we go. That's good. We did that one. This was an issue with the other one, but it's happy here. This one was an issue with the other one, but it's happy here. This was a really nice board, Bakkus. Thank you. This board is nice. We didn't even have to take those off. All right, so those HC 132s and 74 is probably fine. We need some solder. Oh, drop there. Okay, put you on there because you're a big honking pad. You're a big honking pad. And you're a big honking pad. Get on there. Okay. Caps on that LTE 286. Uh-oh, what about the LTE 386SX? What's this one? That's a 132. You're gonna go on there. What are you? You're another 132. You're gonna go there. There you go. You can see it's not taking me as long this time. Need to get my work legs back. Oh, we just got a RTC error, maybe? No? We got a beep for no reason. Why did you beep? Oh, sometimes it sets an alarm and beeps at you. Okay. I'm really happy to see we don't have any RTC errors yet in Snooper behind me, because that area was pretty bad on that other board. It's like once I get used to working with on one eye, it seems to go a little bit more smoothly. When I first get started on the day, it's always a little rough. Thank you all for sticking with me, even though my first soldering was horrendously slow. Oh, that tip needs to be cleaned. Man, I probably should have cleaned those chips a little bit before putting them back on. Oh well. Of course, I say my soldering goes smoothly, and then we just kind of go off the rails. Off the rails. Let's add a little flux. Let's add a little flux. How long have we been going? I haven't even looked at the clock. Oh man. I'm gonna reflow all these. Let's just flux it all up. Oh, look at this. We're gonna use all my chip quick today. 1 hour, 13 minutes. All right, we gotta move. We gotta try to power this board up. As always, excess flux just makes it better. All right, let's toss some caps at this. Those Necroware adapters are a little rough there, Jesse. I don't blame you for taking a while to put those together. How long does it take you to do a blue scuzzy these days, Gut Bomb? Or if Sloopy were here. Four minutes. There you go. That is the work of a master. Oh man, if folks wouldn't mind hitting the like, that would be swell. We fixed a computer. we might be able to fix 2. We're definitely gonna not fix the other 2 today. Those are gonna require a little bit more work. Those are sad. Okay, so those are the 10/16s. We need our load of 47/16s. 1, 2. Oh, I think I already recapped most of this board. That's right. I threw caps on this board, but we still needed to check out the scary areas. We've got to pop one of these sound chips off for sure, for sure. I think one of my first streams was soldering up a Blue SCSI V1. I think it took 40 minutes and it didn't work at the end of it. But I mean, it was my fault because I think I missed a solder joint. So it can take a while. You're just need a little tweak, a little tweak. There you go. Now you're happy. Thank you, Happy Cap. Give you a little bit more. That looks good. We gotta do the other side on this one. Alright, and then we gotta head over to the sound chips because there was some sketchy looking stuff over there. Alright. Oof. So, yeah, like I said, I already capped some of this. There was crust around both of these sound chips, so we're gonna wick those off real quick. It's always better to take the extra time and take things off. Like if you have any concern that there might be something happening under a chip, pop it off. You know, it's gonna waste you a little time, but it's better than like shorting out a chip that you can't get a replacement for. Although, I think DOS Fox is working on a replacement for the weird Mac sound chips. I think I saw they posted on Tinker Different forum about, or Tinker Different whatchamadoodle Discord about it. Okay, gonna add a little bit more flux. Gonna use some braid wick. Bakkus says that DOS Fox has working replacements for the Plus, SE, and SE30. And isn't the SE30 sound chip really similar to this one. It's just in a different format. And then this one, I think, is the same as the 2SI sound chip. I don't know what's in the Mac 2 or 2X. Oh, maybe the Mac 2X has the HC132s in it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Take that. New snippers too. Like, everything is just going wrong. All of my stuff is breaking. Gupam, you know I'm here for that kind of thing. If it works, I will solder it on with enameled wire. This looks way better than I thought it was going to look under there. That looks lovely. Man, I'm sorry to have doubted you, board. You're a happy little board. Happy little boards. So we'll just double check. Since we're here, we may as well check our traces, right? You go here and to there. That's good. There, there. You don't go anywhere. And that one goes there. That, there, that. And there, and there. You don't go anywhere. You go there. And why do you do this? You don't. What? Okay. That one's fine. That one's totally fine. You go somewhere. Yeah, you go there. Man. So happy. So happy. Jack 68K is totally correct. This ensures happy for a long time. So I'll put some flux in. These kinds of chips are always fun. Fun is a fun word. Oh, I forgot to ask, is my audio cracking up again? Where did I put those audio chips? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this is another situation where we're gonna put a little solder on one of the pads. And then that'll help us localize this guy. Okay, and we're just gonna look around a little bit, make sure that looks nice. Gonna put See, that's why you want to do another one, just to keep it from doing that. Look around. Looks good. Okay, let's toss the other one on. Oh God, oh God. Throwing stuff on the floor. Throwing things on the floor. There we go. That's nice. That looks good. It's okay, everyone. We're almost in place. I know that might have caused some stress. We're gonna get there. Might take a little while. We're gonna get there. This is really about me reassuring myself as opposed to telling you anything. This thing has now gone through 11 cycles of snooper. Let's see. So this is way more solder than you need on these kinds of joints, but whatever. As long as you're not touching something else, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just put your solder how you want to be it. I currently have the board tilted on a little bit of an angle to help me see down in there, just to make sure that we're soldering down in there. Like I said, these can be a little tricky, and I will often, like you see, I will often do these twice just to really make sure that everything is flowed nicely. Okay. Right. 1 hour and 30 so far. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. Reorient this. Oof. Yep, I did it. I burned the thing. Oh, this is where we're gonna switch tips real quick. One moment, please. You can get my bent tip. It works a little bit better in tighter situations like this. If I can find it. Where you at, bent tip? That's not it. There you are. That is the nice thing about this Weller. It's hot swap. The bad thing about this tip. Is that it? It's much bigger. Okay. Did I do all those? Yeah, I did. All right. Oh, I wanted to check down here too. Sorry, folks. We got one more chip to do. One more. I'll switch that back to the chisel tip. That's not the chip we want to look at. This is the chip we want to look at. There was some nastiness there. So let's take you off real quick. This one should be relatively easy. You can see there's even some crust that worked its way onto that side. It was pretty bad over here. Yeah, see how we're getting like little solder balls that pop up out underneath the solder joint? That's telling you that there's corrosion on the outer surface and that. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Just give you some flux. And we gotta get the thing and do the other thing. Clean that up with some braid. $2.99 K400 at Goodwill. That's a heck of a find. Oh, it helps when you turn your soldering iron on to do soldering. Or desoldering, as this case may be. Yeah, some crusty grossness there. It was good to clean out from underneath it here. Let's clean you up. Again, I don't think we need this chip to boot the computer, but if there was something shorted, then it definitely would prevent us from being happy. All right, let's check our beeps. Okay, I think that was all good. It's all good. Probably shouldn't do this on your board. Should probably do it somewhere off of your board so that these little bits that were taken off don't go back onto the board somewhere. We'll just blow really hard. That'll make sure they don't short anything out, right? That's great. That's really great. That's all beautiful. That is gonna work great. It's the best kind of correct. I don't know if y'all know the channel Learn Electronics Repair. I think he's a British dude that lives in Africa or something somewhere. But in one of his videos this week, he mentioned, talk about the difference between restoration and repair, right? So like, we're repairing these boards, but you could also argue that we're restoring them. And I know there's some distinction, like, you know, technically you don't need to retrobrite a computer case, but for restoration, you do. Yeah, that's a good distinction. Repair equal make it work. Restoration equal make it look original as best as possible, as Joe says. Another fun distinction is restoration is repair that doesn't make sense economically. I thought that was a good little definition he came up with, or maybe it was someone on his chat. Yes, because as Jack68K says, none of this makes sense economically. Except for maybe Joe. If you start a business around stuff that doesn't make sense economically, then that kind of works. Okay. That chip is back on. So I think it's time to power this guy up. What do y'all say? What's our probability on this one? I feel like this one has a higher probability than the last one. We're gonna shut you down. We've gone through almost 16 complete cycles of snooper on this board while we were doing that. Powered off. And unlike my 2CX, it's not powering back up. So this is good. This board is happy. It's almost happy. This off. Come on, VGA adapter. Why do you want us? This VGA adapter just wants to live with this 2CI now. Come on out, bud. There we go. Okay. All right, let's start with this RAM since we know this is good. Well, all right, let's take off plastic RAM slot RAM. Everyone's favorite pastime. Look at that. I'm a pro at this. I am the best at taking RAM out of plastic RAM retention slots. Wow, that RAM is warm. That's interesting. I guess it was working hard. All right, there you go. This board has seen some stuff. We got, how many traces did we repair? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are only 7 repaired traces on this board, and a replacement oscillator. So that's cool. That was fun. Yay, we made a thing work. These guys up here, they're gonna be a little bit more work. And I have some replacement chips coming in for them, so I don't think we're gonna get to them today. Yeah, look at how nice and clean the connectors are on the back of this one. I mean, with this thing, this is one of the ones that Bakkus sent me. The battery holder, it looks perfect even. Like, that is crazy. Okay, got RAM. Let's go with the keyboard. And some sound. Let's get silly. Let's get really silly and just let's put it in the blue SCSI. Our official spacer being these pliers. Someone's getting cocky. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, it already has power. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. No chime. Ooh. That's like a purple screen. That's a weird one. Fun. Does it shut off with the power? Yep. Okay, so the power switch is powering stuff up. Oh, we got gray screen this time. Okay. Okay, let's try ROM sim just for poops. Still got gray screen. All right. Okay. Guess that means we gotta try some. Let's check some clocks. Let's check our oscillators. Get back to this. Nope, that. Yeah, I changed the sim jumper when I put the sim in. Okay, that's not gonna be like that. Gonna need a test bench. Get Tech Ambrosia to design us one for one of these. Come on. Come on, don't you know we need to do some work here? Make one with wood. Yeah, there you go. We'll make a wood CI. All right, let's power you on again. And huh. Let's go down to you. I think my oscilloscope went to sleep. Wake back up, bud. Oh, now you can't see it. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez, oh man. One moment. Technical difficulties. Oh, jeez. Oh, we got problems. Oh, we got oscilloscope problems. Rygal, your oscilloscope software is the worst. There we go. And of course you can't see. That's awesome. That is awesome. There we go. All right, so there's our 50 megahertz clock that was not working in the previous one. There is a 30 megahertz clock. That's good. There's a 57 megahertz clock. That one's good. There's a 31.2 megahertz clock. That one's good. So that's all fun. Our major clocks are all there. I see a capacitor that is kind of sort of dislodged on the back, but it looks like that was kind of from factory. All right, well, we've been going for almost 2 hours, and I think this might have to be it for today, because I have some other stuff to do. Yeah, I think mine would actually look better if I could point a camera at the oscilloscope, because the software is ow, ah, damn it. Not electrocuted, just put my finger in the fan. It's okay. Everything's fine. It's okay. All right, we got 2 more clocks to check out, but I think we're gonna be done after that. Oops. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? Oh my god. Oh, apparently I'm oscillating. Let's check our 32 kilohertz clock. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. The 16 megahertz clock. That one looks beautiful. That's a very nice clock. So do you think this 32 kilohertz clock could have died and that's the reason? I don't know. But we're gonna have to wait until next week. Let's Let's see if it looks any better if we do zoom in. Oh, there it looks okay. It's very tiny. That's a weird signal. Not much amplification or not much signal happening there. Weird. All right, yeah, I have to go. But we did some stuff today. We got a really ugly 2CI board working. Oh, let's put this away. This one had a bunch of issues. The really pretty board powers up, got gray screen, but not much else. We got these other two that need to be done. This one's got some juice damage, so that one we're gonna have to do some work to. There's pads missing and whatnot. Most of these caps were off of this board, I think, already when I got it. That area looks pretty clean. And this board has some issues there. Missing their diodes like the other one. And this one also, well, yeah, oh right, I forgot. That capacitor, the C4 big SMD capacitor came off and that fuse came off. So we're missing some stuff here on this board. So yeah. But it's all right. We did good. We made a lot of progress today. I was hoping we would get at least one working today. We're close to getting two, I think. I think this one will come around pretty soon. So I want to thank you all for hanging out today. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button. I didn't notice if anyone else is streaming this afternoon. Can we get an arm update? Yeah, it's healing. It looks way better than it did earlier in the week, so we're coming along. If you didn't notice, I've released a short showing the Commodore PC20 booting, and that works. I've since updated that. There's a social media post that shows that thing all put back together and pretty cool. So yeah, we'll be back at it again next weekend. I'm not sure what. I think I actually have Gut Bomb. I think I'm actually gonna try to do the Wednesday stream on that GTX 1660 video card this week. So if you're into more modern stuff, make sure to check that out. Keep your eye out for that. Look at him. He's angry, bro. He's angry, bro. So yeah, thank y'all. And as we say here at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself. Have a great week, y'all. Oh, not me. Go away. Bye.